Okay, welcome to the Top 10 Benefits of Kanban. I'm Richard Rahn with Leonardo Group Americas. And here we go. We'll do this David Letterman style. So we'll count down from 10 to 1. Benefit number 10 is compatible. What we mean by that is we probably have a material management system already in place of some kind. Maybe it's just an Excel spreadsheet, maybe it's a full-blown ERP, MRP system, but Kanban will fit into that without too much pain. We can implement Kanban without having to replace our existing systems. Benefit number 9, easily maintained. This means when we want to make a change, when we have a new part number, for example, or a whole new product, or we have an obsolete part number or an engineering change, the Kanban method is fairly easy to update. Typically just recalculating or adding a part number and reprinting a card and putting it in place, and you're done. Alright, benefit number 8, self-regulating. What we mean by that is when things change, and they change all the time of course, when demand goes up or demand goes down, a Kanban system adjusts to those changes in demand automatically without us having to actually do anything, as we normally would have in traditional material management. Now, how does it do that? How does it self-regulate? Well, it self-regulates because we're refilling or replenishing material based on usage. So if we use it, we refill it. If we don't use it, we don't refill it. And if we use it a little bit more quickly than we originally planned, or more slowly, within certain limits, no big deal, no actions required, and the Kanban system will just run perfectly happily by itself. Benefit number 7, robustness. What we mean by that is that the Kanban system is quite flexible and able to handle changes in demand up and down, and we don't have to worry too much about being totally precise in the quantities that we put in these bins. The most important thing about a Kanban system is not the quantity and whether or not it's quote-unquote correct or not. The most important thing is that we do have a signal so that when we use the material, we replenish it, and when we don't use the material or don't completely empty the bin, then we don't replenish it. That's the most important point. That gives us a whole lot of range of flexibility in terms of our material delivery system. Benefit number 6, eliminate kitting. So what is kitting? Kitting is when we collect the parts we need for a particular order or a particular product, and we put them into a box. We have what's called a pick list, and that requires some effort. It requires someone to go to the stockroom or go to the warehouse and collect and organize this kit. Under a Kanban system, we greatly reduce or eliminate the need for kitting. And how do we do that? Well, under a Kanban system, the material we need is already there. It's already physically in place, and we don't need to go get it. Benefit number 5, increased flexibility. What we mean by this is that if we have a robust Kanban system in place, we have the ability to produce, and our slogan is this, any model, any day. We can produce virtually any product that we build with a minimum of delay because the material is there and all we need is the order to go build that product, and we can do it real time. So a tremendous amount of flexibility in terms of what we build and when we build it. Benefit number 4 is reduce handling. One thing to remember, important point, is that all material handling can be classified as non-value added. We're not adding value when we move material from one place to another. And experience has shown that a Kanban system where you have a fixed quantity and you have a dedicated location and a bin or a predefined way of moving that material is really the most efficient way to manage material movement with a minimum of effort. So we're reducing that overhead cost related to material handling by implementing a Kanban system. Benefit number 3, reduce shortages. Now, why would that happen under a Kanban system? When we set up a 2-bin methodology, for example, where we have material in 2 separate bins, we consume out of one. When that bin is empty, that's the signal to refill it, but meanwhile we have a second bin available to us. What happens is that creates a very airtight, easy to understand method for making sure that we don't run out. In many environments, the way companies manage material is we simply look, and when we get low we'll bring some more. Experience has shown that that method doesn't work as well as having a clearly defined quantity, clearly defined containers, and the risk of actually running out on the line drops like a rock. Benefit number 2, improve 5S. 5S refers to a formal system for maintaining a high level of housekeeping and organization on the factory floor, and clearly having a well-defined Kanban system with bins, labels, shelves, a milk run, a clearly defined methodology for getting material from point A to point B is a tremendous help in terms of maintaining a high level of 5S. And finally, benefit 1, control inventory. Experience has shown that it's very difficult to control inventory and therefore control working capital, control inventory turnover, control inventory accuracy when you don't have control over the quantities and you don't have a high level of 5S in organization. So experience has shown through many hundreds or perhaps thousands of examples and case histories that the material Kanban method is the best way to control inventory on the factory floor, in the stockroom, in the warehouse, and in the supermarkets. To find out more about how to implement a full Kanban system, please go to www.flowpublishing.com under Lean Roadmap. What we've done is we've put together a series of flowcharts from a top level down to a detailed level, step by step, how you'd actually do this. Covers every aspect of a full-blown Kanban system starting from square one, starting from beginning all the way to how to maintain and sustain a robust Kanban system and achieve the maximum benefits of doing so. That's flowpublishing.com. And we'll see you there.